Hey guys, this is HELLHADES. This is going to be a Dragon Champions video. We are doing top 5 champions for the Order and for the Rage factions, but basically champions that you can farm up from a reasonable level. So I'm in the mid game and I'm basically farming these champions right now. There's some of the champions that I'm absolutely trying to push hard to get, or I've already got, but I've got them at a low level as it stands. So what we're going to do, we're going to flick through these. I'm going to talk about why I think they're so good, where I'd use them, and where you go about finding them, basically. So let's just crack straight into this. I'm going to start with the Rage clan. I'm going to go into my number 1, which is Hera. So Hera is one that I've recently been farming up. She is just a fantastic champion for the Pride clan. The reason for that, she's got this leader ability. I'll just read through it at the top here. So she gives all allies from Pride additional chance to dodge. She's also got this kind of starting mechanic. When you start, you have taunts for your Pride defenders, which basically means your tanks, which are Pride characters, are going to get a taunt right off the bat, and your Pride healers and tacticians are going to get invisibility for 1 turn. So basically what you're saying there is, focus my tanks, leave my squishies alone, they'll do their job, my tanks will do their job. It's just a great starting mechanic. As you level it up, you actually improve the abilities as well. So instead of 1 turn, it becomes 2 turns. So just a fantastic leader ability. And as you get further into the game, you get more and more Pride characters. A really good one we'll come on to talk about in a minute is Salvador, who's a tank. These two pair really well together, especially when you're talking about some of the campaign content, when you're talking about arena fights. Just really strong synergy between those champions. She also brings a decent level of DPS. So it's single target stuff, but abilities do bring decent single target DPS. She's also got a really cool, I guess it's A3, I don't know what you call it in this game, but basically a third ability has got this dodge increase. So it applies a dodge increase to her, and then it puts everybody else invisible. So again, that's just a kind of cool mechanic. So she's dodging abilities and the rest of your team are hiding behind an invisibility cloak. So in terms of leader, she's one of the best leaders for the clans faction. And yeah, for me, she's somebody that I'm absolutely gunning for. So I've got her to level 2 now. Basically, where am I getting her from? I can farm her up in 4-6 on my auto battles, which I'm doing daily now. So there, and she's also one of the ones that you can get when you do your guild raid rewards. So you can go into the shop under guild and you see here I bought her for today. She's my first person on the list. So let's get back into champions. Second one for me on the clans faction is going to be Tromgar. Tromgar is one of the champions you actually get for completing things like your achievement missions, some of the daily stuff. Basically, you're constantly collecting the hero stones for him. I've got him at level 4. It actually comes in at level 4, which is fantastic as well. So he's got a number of his abilities already unlocked. The actual place to get him, 4-9, 7-9, they're both pretty far into the game. So, it'll take you a few weeks to get to there, basically. But the fact that you get him through missions, he's probably top 3 tanks in the game, I think. So to get him through missions is a really cool thing. So why is he so good? So he does have a hero ability. His hero ability is pretty good. So he pairs really well with other orcs with this. But that for me is not the kind of big win over him. He has got this ability here, Shield of the People. So he switches between a defensive stance and an offensive stance. And basically what he's able to do there, so he applies a taunt for 2 turns. So he's just sucking people into him. But the taunt also activates a counter attack once you've leveled it up to level 4. So I've got 1 more level to go on mine. Basically, once you get it to level 4, he's counter attacking as well. So he's taunting people, they're attacking him, he counter attacks. And then, as well as that, he's also got a basic attack, is A1 if you like, which has got a chance to stun. So he taunts people, he counters, and then he has a chance to stun them on that counter attack. Really, really strong combined abilities. He's no slouch when it comes to doing a bit of damage, but that's not what he's there for. He's soaking damage. He is stunning people. He's just disruptive. Really great arena champion. If you actually look at his popularity, look at this, 99%. I know he's given as a freebie, but basically he is just used all across the game. So Trumgar is my number 2. Let's get into then number 3 for me. This is another one that I've been farming up recently. Salvador. So Salvador you can find in the marketplace under, I believe it's under Arena, yeah. Here it is. So you get your Arena tokens. Every time it refreshes, look for him. He's the one that I've pretty much spent all of my Arena tokens on so far, which is how I've gotten to this level. He is available in 3.9 as well, so you can farm him up, and 5.3 for Dawn of the Order, which is a bit further on. But he is top tier tank. He's basically the best tank in the game. So why is he the best tank in the game? He has got this ability, Steel Shell. I don't think there's any other champion in the game that's got an ability as strong as this for me. So he reduces all damage taken by 90% with this debuff, or with this buff, sorry. He also gains immunity to debuffs for a turn as well, which as you increase the abilities down here, basically you get better cooldowns on it, and yeah, and basically you get additional chances to gain that debuff immunity. So it's just an insane ability, 90% reduction of damage. Like I say, if you pair him with Hera, who is able to make him taunt as part of her leader skill, those two work really, really well together. So that ability is pretty unique, and yeah, he's just an absolute meat shield. Great for the arena. If we look at his popularity, it's actually quite low, 27%. I think that's got to just be because people don't necessarily get him from early in the game. But I think he's a fantastic champion. It's definitely one that I'm putting time into, and yeah, and resources. So that's my number 3. Number 4, let's get away from tanks. Let's go into someone who's going to do you some damage. Again, someone that I've just kind of fallen on, or that I'm working towards. So Kyra. Hera is, she's quite difficult to get hold of, so she's quite late in the game in terms of just farming her hero stones. But again, you can get her from the guild shop, so every time she comes up for me, I'm spending my guild points from my raids, and I'm getting some hero stones towards her. I really want her. She's just a game changer for the arena. So let me tell you why. She has got an insane ability, not this one, Go Dark it's called, here we go. Go Dark, so she gains invisibility, and she applies it to all of your healers, tacticians, and fighters for 1 turn. So basically, all your squishy champions get invisibility, and then she puts counterattack on all of the allied tanks for 1 turn. So basically, she's saying squishies, hide away, tanks, get counterattack, and go and do your damage. She's also got turn meter within this same ability. So she's got turn meter can gain for all of your allies. Like the ability is insane. It's probably one of the best abilities in the game. She's also got an AoE ability on her A2, so she deals damage to all enemies, and she's got a chance to daze them as well. That daze chance goes up as you book her up. So, I mean, an AoE with a chance to daze. The daze lasts for 2 turns as well, which is just pretty insane for arena lockdown. And then, if all that wasn't enough, her basic ability, her A1, has also got a ability block. She's insane. She's absolutely insane. Probably the best DPS for the Rage clan out there. She's really worth putting some time into. Go and find her in the when you get your guild points, and go and get her on your team. So that's Kyra. Let's get into my 5th one, final one for the Rage side, which is going to be Mar. Mar is relatively simple to get hold of, so he's quite early game. Oh no, how did I get him? I must have... maybe I unlocked him through a chest, actually. Or might have been through the arena. But I've managed to get quite a lot of hero circles already, summon stones. So I've got him to level 3. But basically, he is a good all-round damage champion. So he's got an A1, which just does decent hits. He's got an A2, which is an AoE hit. And resets ability cooldowns if you get crits, which is nice. He's got an A3, which just increases his damage and crit chance, but it's also got some nice turn meter recovery in here. So he's kind of constantly doing damage, recovering his turn meter fast. And then he's got an A4 ability, which basically makes him hit harder the more health he's lost. That's not the best thing about him. I actually really like this A3. So the fact that he's regaining turn meter all the time. He fits in well as well with some of those other champions that I've talked about there. So Tromgar, if you're looking for an Orc team, there's actually some really good Orcs in this game, especially if you're kind of mid-game, early to mid-game. He comes in really nice. He's pretty popular, 50% of people using him. And generally, it's kind of weighed towards tower, arena, and the sort of general campaign. But yeah, really good champion. I like him. I've been using him in most of my teams and kind of starting to level him up. So he is cool as well. So let's get into order then. So in terms of order, the first one I'm going to call out is my boy Friezard. Why am I calling him out? Basically, he came to me as an offer when I was maybe like a day in or a couple of days in or something. And he cost me, I think he cost me like £1.99. It was literally less than the price of a coffee. And I was like, yeah, he looks pretty cool. I didn't really know much about him when I picked him up. I tell you what, I'm so pleased I picked him up in that first couple of days of playing. He is a beast. He has got damage. He's basically like your AoE nuker for any team that you've got set up. So he's got a chance to slow champions for 2 turns on his A1. That's a single target. He has got a chance to decrease armor on his A2, and that hits 3 enemies. So near enough an AoE, not quite, but near enough. And actually, as you go further down his tree, the chance to decrease that armor improves, and you get an extra turn when you hit level 5. So really cool A2. We've got an A3, which is an AoE. So it's an AoE, it also decreases turn meter. Again, the chance to decrease turn meter improves as you book him up, and so does his damage. This already hits hard for me, and I've only got it at level 3. So if you were not buying him through the packs, then he's actually quite late in the game. 8, 6, 7, 12. I've not got to them yet. So that's why I'm saying if you can get hold of him early on, he is well worth it, because he's literally carried me through a lot of the early game so far. He's the reason why I'm kind of pushing on in the arena already. So yeah, he's my first one on the list for the order. Let's go on the second one. It's actually a guy that I just got who looks really cool. He also pairs very well with Friezard. So Snorri. Snorri is a free champion again. So I got Snorri just as a kind of, I think it was like a 7-day login type thing. So I've got a few different runes, and then I've got Snorri. Literally just picked him up today. I've been checking him out. He has got a really cool kit. So he's a damage dealer. He's got this Berserker stance, which is very cool. So basically gains turn meter, removes a debuff, and starts to gain crit chance and speed at the same time. You buff that up further with books, but really, really cool ability. He's also got a pretty cool sort of general kit. So he does a bleed on an AoE for his A2, and then he's got this A4 that basically gains tenacity and armor. So basically, he's got the ability to take down people like tanks that have got some sort of dodge mechanic instilled. He can only do this while he's not in that Berserker stance. And if Friezard's on the same battlefield, he gets the same buff. So that's why they pair so nicely together. But yeah, he is decent at kind of taking down those tanks in the arena. So I literally just got him today. It looks really cool. I'm going to build him up and get him in my team. Next one I want to go through is a champion I do not have yet, but I've been reading up a lot on this guy, and he looks absolutely insane. Definitely one worth picking up if you can get him. I've started to get a few hero stones, but not that many. Basically, you get him only out of the market or chests, or a little bit later on in the game. So 7-3 and 3-3 in demons. I'm kind of close to this actually, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So why is he so good? I tell you what, he is just a healer, shield giver, leader. His kit is literally just there to keep your team alive. One of the most frustrating champions in the game. He's part of the Panda team as well. The Pandas pair really well together. I don't have many yet. I'm kind of building my way towards them. But look at this. All ally healing spells also apply shields. That's firstly. He's got when applying a shield, has also got a chance to heal for a percentage of that shield. Armor increase. ally shield equal to 108% of his magic damage. Just like constant shielding. And then he's got an A1 that actually does a bit of damage. But this is just literally like your ultimate leader support. Really cool champion. Very popular. I can understand why. I really want to get hold of him. He is super cool in this game. Next one is also going to be a champion that I do not have yet. But basically the best healer in the game. So Xantara. Top tier. She's literally as good as it gets. I've got 10 of the hero stones so far. Again, you find her quite late on in the game. So I'm just biding my time to get hold of her. But I really want to get her. She is just an absolute machine when it comes to healing. Top tier. She's also got a really impressive ability. So she's got this one here. 30% chance to restore 1 turn of a random ability at the start of the next turn. So that goes up as you book it. So in the end, you get a chance, 50% chance to restore 1 turn of a random ability to a random ally. Just insanely good. So, and it's very unique in this game. She also brings a lot of damage in her A3 whilst healing as well. And she's got this sacrifice of her own health to heal all allies, which again is really cool. And she's got an A1 as well, which just heals the lowest allies' health by 50% of the damage that she does. So she's kind of like, although she's a healer, she's also kicking out damage at the same time. Really cool champion, probably the best healer in the game. So that is going to be someone that you want to work towards getting in your lineup. And then lastly, for the order side, I'm just going to pick out one of the champions. Where are you? Kinley. So Kinley, he looks like an absolute beast. He's probably my favourite looking champion in this game. I really love the character design on this one. But again, so he's another panda. He's a leader. So he increases max health. He's an absolute tank. Nobody wants to fight this guy if they see him in the arena. He tanks it up big time. He's got this ability here, 5-on-1. Basically puts taunt up, and I mean, he's just literally locking people down. He has got an absolute meat shield. Look at his natural armor, 50%, 42% before you start throwing runes on him. He is an absolute like dream tank in your team. He partners really well with kind of some of the sort of general healers. So, and he actually doesn't like kick out no damage either. He does a bit of damage. But yeah, he has this one here, so he's got a chance to increase tenacity. So he's the sort of guy that you actually have to face with someone like a Snorri. Otherwise, he just literally goes into dodge mode. Nobody's hitting him. He's an absolute machine. He taunts them up, and then he dodges all their attacks. Just absolutely insane. So yeah, so that is my 5th and final order champion. There's loads of other champions that it's worth investing some time in. But for me, they're the top 10. 5 from each of the factions. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'll leave all the details to be able to sign up to Dragon Champions in the links below. I'll also leave a promo code if you're first into this game. You can put HELLHADES into your promo code. You'll get around $10 worth of freebies at the start of the game just to get you going. This has been HELLHADES, signing out.